Hello, family. Welcome to the daily devotion with Rosaline. Today, I'm going to be encouraging you and reminding you the thoughts and the mind of God. We are going to take our today's reading on Isaiah 55 from verse 8 to 9, where it reads, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways are my ways, declares the Lord." So here God is telling us that his thoughts are not our thoughts, nor his ways are our ways. There are times when we want to do as if we know everything, as if we have everything in control, but it's not that. God has thoughts and he has his ways above our lives. So today, child of God, I'm here to encourage you that you should know and you should be reminded that God's thoughts and God's ways are different from our thoughts. There are times when you get into situations and you'll be thinking what you'll be thinking, and you'll be having your ways to get out of that trouble. But God has his ways and God has his thoughts over our lives. And he continues saying here, "For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts." Have you ever thought, when you are in a situation and you try to scheme a way out, but at the end of the day you see God working out in a marvelous and a way that you were not thinking of, and you stand in awe and you say, "Wow, this is the doing of the Lord." That's because his ways and his thoughts are higher than ours. You can just see like the difference or the distance, which I think we do not even know how far it is from here to heaven, where God stays. That's the difference between God's thoughts and our thoughts, and God's ways and our ways. So I'm here to encourage you that whenever you get into a situation, whenever you get in any troubles, whenever you get in any dilemma, just know that God is there for you, and his thoughts for you are so high, and his ways for you are so far way higher than whatever you may think or comprehend or think or imagine, because he is a good God. In Isaiah 41 verse 10, he continues saying, For fear thou not, for I am with thee, be not dismayed." The word dismayed, it's a word that like explains, that says you must not be distressed, you must not be distressed, you must not be shaken, you must not be troubled, you must not be saddened, you must not be disheartened. So when he says, "Fear thou not, for I am with thee," that means he is with you, and we must not be troubled, we must not be distressed. He knew that there will be situations in our life that can distress us, that can dishearten us, but he is there to help us. He continues saying, "Yeah, I will help thee." He is there to help us. He's saying, "Yes, I will help thee. I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness." This is God declaring it and saying it. So you do not need to worry. You do not need to think a lot. What you need to do is just continue putting your trust in the Lord. And he says, "Fear thou not." You must not be afraid. In life, there are situations that come like floods. They come like floods, and so many times we are afraid, like, how are we going to go out of this situation? How are we going to escape? How are we going to solve it? You know, there are issues of the heart. You see people walking, you see people driving, you see people looking good, but at times you do not know what's happening with a person. There are issues of the heart. When somebody is like alone in their rooms or in their houses, that person might be thinking deeply. You know, issues of the heart, they come. Every person may encounter that, or every person may have issues of the heart. But God says, "Fear thou not, for I am with thee. I will help thee, and I will hold you with my righteous hand. Do not be dismayed. Do not be disheartened." I am encouraging you, child of God, today, for the Lord did not give us the spirit of fear. In 2 Timothy 1 chapter 7, it also reads, God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power. We have been given the spirit of power, power over everything that comes our way. We need to be powerful in prayer. We need to be powerful in believing. We need to be powerful in trusting in God. And of love, He has given us the spirit of love, and of a sound mind. I was researching and I said, God, what's a sound mind? And a sound mind is a mind that is a mind that has sufficient capacity, mental capacity. It thinks well. So whenever you feel you are distracted with issues of life, whenever you feel distressed, you just need to know that He has given you the spirit of a sound mind, so that you can think, you can do whatever you can do, because He has given you the spirit of a sound mind. He did not give you a spirit of confusion. No, He did not do that. Or even fear. There are times when you think of a situation and you are so much afraid. How am I going to go out of this? How am I going to get out of this? But child of God, I'm here to encourage you, to tell you that your ways are not God's ways. His ways and His thoughts are much, much higher, much, much higher. You know, if you continue reading Isaiah 55, it says, like He sends the rain and the snow to accomplish. So His word also, when it's sent down here, it goes back to Him after accomplishing what it was sent for. So when He says, fear thou not, you need not to be afraid, because that word has come to make you strong, to remind you that you are a child of God, to remind you that you have been given power, and you have been given the spirit of love and the spirit of a sound mind. And you should also know that, you should also put in mind that He said, He has declared it, that He will strengthen you. There are some situations where you are like totally dismantled, you know, like you are fragile simply because of situations in life. But this is what God is saying. He's saying He will help you, He will strengthen you, and He will hold you with your righteous hand. You will see coming out of that situation smiling, strong. All you have to do is to be positive, and also trusting God, and also knowing that He is with you. He is with you. He is with you. We cannot understand God. We cannot comprehend His power, His love, His mind, His thoughts, His ways. We cannot. But I'm here, child of God, to encourage you today that you need to know that God's ways are not your ways. God's ways will never be your ways. When you see yourself homeless, God will take you from being homeless and give you a mansion. Yes, He is a good God. He's a God of impossibilities. If nobody has done it in your family, you will see yourself living luxuriously, eating good food. When you see yourself not having any clothes to wear, God will give you, yes, He will give you the designer clothes. He can do it. He can lift you up. If God says, if I am on your side, who can be against you? I'm here, child of God. I am here to encourage you today. Just know and remember that God's thoughts are not your thoughts, and His ways are not your ways. You know, I feel so much charged, like the word of God is like a double-edged sword. As I am speaking to you, it's actually also ministering unto my life. It's also ministering unto my life. Yes, when you see yourself so down, distracted, disturbed, you know, you are so stressed, things are falling apart, but just know that God's ways are not your ways. Because at times you tend to react and decide according to the situation that you are in. You can end up taking yourself, maybe doing funny things simply because things are not working in your favor. But I'm here to remind you. I'm here to remind you, child of God. God is thoughts, God is ways. are never like ours. So trust in God, for He is with us. He will hold us with His righteous hand, and He will not leave us nor forsake us. Do not be afraid. Do not be intimidated, for the Spirit of God is upon our lives. He has given us the spirit of power, the spirit of love, and the spirit of a sound mind. The spirit of a sound mind. I know even if you are in a situation, you will be in your right senses. That's the sound mind. And you need to continue seeking God and asking Him. So this is what I had for you, child of God. Like the video, share it, comment. Also take time to subscribe. I'll be very much grateful if this family grows. I'll be very, very grateful where we share the word of God, and most of the time, like in some instances, I will be referring to my personal life. Like I am saying, God's ways are not our ways. If you look at my past, and if you look at my present right now, and if you look into my future, you see where I'm going and where I'm coming from. There is a big, big difference. There is a big, big difference. God's ways are not our ways. God's thoughts are not our thoughts. At times you may feel I'm very down, I'm very low. This is where I'm going to spend the rest of my life. But that's not God's thoughts for you. That's not God's ways for you. He has ways. He wants you to prosper. He wants you to be in good health. He wants you to be rich. He wants you to win souls to Christ. He wants you to do His work. So this is what I had for you, child of God. I'm grateful you are here. Just continue to share, to like, and to subscribe. I will see you yet with another video tomorrow. Stay blessed for now. Thank you.